What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Replayer Podcast. I'm your host, Dan Morris, and with me is my co-host, Pagan.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Oh, hi. And joining us this week, we have Lily and Kay. What's up, guys?
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the show.
Yay!
Welcome.
We all went really silent.
Welcome.
Yay! Welcome to the show.
Welcome in. Welcome. Guten Tag.
Auf Wiedersehen. Oh no, that's not it. Okay.
Backwards.
No, that's the end of the show. And
Netzi
that
kennen
wraps
Sie
us up,
lernen.
folks. Thank you so much. Good night.
Bye.
Kay, we finally got you on. We tried to get you on last week, but we had some technical difficulties, so we rescheduled.
Mhm.
Glad you can finally make it. Happy. Lily, nice to finally see you on the show and your wonderful
Good, Kay.
works.
Nice to be here, guys.
Awesome.
Aw,
And
nice to have
so
you.
happy to have you guys. Now having you as our new replayer guest. You've never been on the show before. We'd like to get to know you guys a little better. Introduce yourselves. Tell us a little bit about yourselves and how you found retro replay and what it means to you. Let's start with Lily.
Oh, ooh, it's me
Oh.
first. Oh, that's so exciting.
Oh, it's so exciting.
So, hi everyone.
Live.
So I am Lily Kay. I think most of you, or at least a lot of you, know me because I tend to draw Nolan and Troy and retro replay all the time, most of the time.
Mhm.
And I am working on new art projects for these lovely guys. And to answer all your questions, how I found them, I was a really big Troy Baker fangirl since I was like 15, I think.
Oh, wow.
And I was like obsessed, like properly obsessed with him all the time. Every game he was in, I had to have it. And then that was the same with Nolan as well. But a bit later on, I was a late joiner on the Assassin's Creed group. And then, unfortunately, on
I
Uncharted
always forget
as well.
that Nolan was in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I know.
That's a
I know.
mom, right?
Yep, Miles.
Mhm.
Miles. But then, I just love their works as voice actors. And then when I found out that they're actually going to make a show, and I think I found it out from WatchMojo.com when they made that compilation video of their best roles, and I was like, oh my god, why, what happened? Oh my god! And then I just quickly jumped into retro replay, and I was like, watch, and that's it. That's my story. That's how I got into them. I was like, how did I not know this? How?
It's amazing. Give me.
Yeah, just hook it in my veins. Give me all the content.
Exactly.
Is that your new
I'm
catchphrase,
sure
Pagan? You're just going to repeat
Yep.
that every episode
Hook
now?
it in my veins. Put it
Give
in
me all
my
the
eyeballs.
content.
Like, I want the content. Feed it to me.
Yes,
All right.
exactly. I think I first saw them, both of them together after the Uncharted 4 came out, and they did that interview where they talked about, the whole thing, how they made it. It was like a 20-minute long video. And I was like, oh my God, these guys work together so well, like not just in the game, but, on interviews. And you could tell that they were like really, really good friends from just that video. And I was like, I need more. And thank God we got more.
Thank God. Give me
Thank
more.
God. Thank the retro replay gods.
Thank the retro replay god.
Thank you,
Yes.
Drew.
Thank you,
Drew, the retro replay god.
Yeah, basically.
You hear that, Drew? You're welcome.
Yeah.
Kay, are you ready to share?
I am ready to share. My story is like really weird. I've been a gamer like my house.
Well, that answers that question.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Never mind. We'll get there. Kay.
I never got like into them until one day needed ear surgery, and I was playing Telltale games on my phone, and that's when I ran into Batman: The Telltale series, my actual love of my life. and then I watched Jacksepticeye play, and that's when they started talking about Troy Baker, and I was like, okay, so this guy plays Bruce, Batman, that's amazing. Then I looked into him and I was like, The Last of Us, I heard so much about this. What the fuck is The Last of Us? And then I got more into this hole, and then I discovered Nolan, and I was like, oh wait, this is the guy in Uncharted, I can't believe this. And then here comes me jumping into retro replay. And then I bought a PS4 and started playing all their games, and I was just sucked into this world, and that's all happened because I was in the hospital with my ear. So
Oh.
Being
So was it
hospital
while you
can
were
be a good
recovering? Yeah, was it while you were recovering you were playing all these games?
fine. The thing is, it's like I've been deaf in my left ear since like a child. I've always had issues with it. Like I've had infections for like literally wax to be like all over me, all over my horrible. I
So
think that's when the
attractive.
ear
Yeah.
burst.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And
Yeah.
that's I knew as I got older that it's not going to get any better. Like I'm never going to hear out my ears. So I went along and they were like, "Look, you've got a hole in your eardrum, and that's why you experience some pain infections. Do you want it closed?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?"
Oh yeah. Why not?
Yeah, sure.
I was like, "Sure, if that's what the issue is, and I've had it since I was little, I might as well just get it closed up now." Like,
Are you permanently
Yeah.
deaf in that ear then?
and it's apparently my hearing's gotten a lot better, and they're saying, and they've
That's good.
set me up for a hearing aid and things like that. But they're like, now they're like, you don't need a hearing aid. Your hearing's a lot better. But at the same time, I had an ear test. Like, your hearing's gone bad again. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
that's great.
it
Yay.
was getting good.
That's the most random.
See, and she said that she's not interesting, and I am just
I
sitting here
know!
like,
Right?
Yeah,
Way to
no, what are you
undersell
talking
yourself,
about,
Kay.
yeah, come on.
Yeah.
I was to say
Super
that
fascinating.
that's definitely one of the most unique
That's good.
introductions we've had.
Oh yeah,
There you go.
100%.
100%. Wow, Pagan, all the catchphrases.
100%. Dropping it in. Yes, I am. For sure.
You gotta hit all them marks, huh? Is that how you get a
I'm gonna
paycheck?
tick them off. All my little catchphrases, I gotta start writing them off and just ticking them. But okay, 100% done. Hook it to my veins. Done.
Done. Give me all the content. Done.
Give me all the
Done.
content. Yeah. It is who I am, okay? I can't help that I've been on 34 of these episodes. Okay? It's not my fault.
You missed
Ish.
2.
Yeah, plus or minus actually. I probably
Yeah.
have missed.
It happens.
It does happen. It does happen.
Well, we're going to move on to our questions to get to know our replayers. Kay, you kind of already
Yay.
answered the first one. Are you a gamer? You already kind of threw that out there. If you would like to take the opportunity to go into more detail, you're welcome to. As far as your experience as a gamer, or if you're just like, yeah, I'm a gamer, move on. Good.
Do you consider yourself a gamer or like passionate about video games or gameplay?
I'm pretty passionate about it. Like, I never saw myself like obsessed, I guess you could say, or like interested in how games are made and things like that until I got into the guys. Because it's like I'm listening to what I considered voice acting and like Telltale games and things like that. And then as I start to play, I think the first game that I ever drew myself into, like I loved The Last of Us and things like that. But I drew myself into Red Dead Redemption 2. And that's when I discovered, it's not just voice acting, it's motion capture, performance, it's all like theater, but they're wearing like water suits with balls all over them.
Mhm.
And that's
The balls.
what I find so interesting. And because because I find out this fact, I just find it so much more like I just want to spend all my time playing it. Every time I got like I'll play it. Like
Cool.
and just started playing Last of Us, and I do it on normal mode this time because I'm trying not to be so much of a pussy, but and I'm getting better. Like I'm getting better. So we'll
I'm
see.
terrible at that game, so congratulations on putting it on normal. I play it on easy. Also, I think Dan's laughing because I think that's like another question later on. Potentially.
Did she say it's her favorite game?
No, but she's what she's playing now.
I mean, that's not
Eh.
necessarily part of the questionnaire. We just kind of throw it out
Technically.
there for fun.
True that, true that.
I'm playing The Last of Us again, and I started playing Uncharted 2 again because I rage quitted the first one. But that mother effing jet ski.
Oh, you know what? I recently replayed Uncharted
Yeah, I
1
got
and
you.
replayed that jet ski part, and it found it way easier than it was the first time I played it. Because I remember hating that part in the
seriously?
beginning too. But there's something I didn't know during the jet ski part in Uncharted 1. You can shoot without aiming, and Elena will auto shoot things in front of you.
Yeah.
What?
And it makes it a million times easier. Yeah.
She's gonna go back and play it now and check.
Yeah, it makes it so much easier.
She had that grenade launcher, and then like
Yeah.
when you got to this next mission, we had a pistol. I'm like, come on, keep the grenade
Yeah,
launcher.
right?
So let's roll on to Lily. Do you think you're a gamer? And if you are, you can throw in there what you're playing now, since we already hit that too.
All right. I am heavily a gamer. I started when I was heavily. I started when I was
Aggressively a gamer.
7 years old. I was 7 years old. It was
I'm aggressively mediocre.
that duck shooting game on
Duck
the
Hunt
older
on
school.
the NES.
Yeah, there you go.
Duck
Yeah.
Hunt? Oh my god.
Yeah. That was the first thing that
Let
I
me go
ever
get my
got
blaster.
into.
Hang on. I
And
have
then
one. It's downstairs.
from then on, I was like, it was always my brother, my other brother, who had the games on his computer, and I always pissed him off because I was always on it. I always played the new games that he had. Like, I think my first ever love was the second Call of Duty, the one where we went to World War II. I loved that game and still could play it like anytime. And then, Assassin's Creed was one of the huge ones, definitely, but only the first 3, I would say. And then my all-time love, and a big shout out to Kat, it's Mass Effect. I am heavily invested in Mass Effect. Like, that's just perfection. Not Andromeda, but the first 3. And then the boys, like anything basically they do. Like, obviously I have things that I don't really like playing because it's not my thing, but
not all
but
games are
Uncharted,
for everyone.
yeah. But Uncharted, The Last of Us, if I have to choose between the two, I can't. That's impossible. Like, it's never gonna happen. And then right now I am playing. I haven't played for weeks now because I am preparing for Comic Cons, but I am playing with Red Dead Redemption 2.
Nice.
And I have Jedi Fallen Order and Death Stranding waiting for me. So
I love that game. Jedi, I mean.
And God of War as well. So there's too much to play with. And
yeah, the backlog is big. Yeah.
The backlog is
and then
real.
The Last of Us Part 2 is coming, so I'm dying. I'm dying a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah, the backlog is a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have such a big year of new releases coming out this year. Anyways, you might have already pretty much said it, but like, if it's a quick, easy answer, do you have a preferred platform, be it Xbox, PS4, Nintendo Switch, or PC?
PS4.
PS4.
I figured. Okay,
Absolutely.
moving on.
I win again.
You win again. That's
I win again.
32 out of 33 episodes, or 33 out of 34 episodes.
probably.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think you're only outnumbered once, and back when Greg first appeared on, because back then Greg was playing Xbox.
Yeah, true.
All right, so do you have a favorite game, which I assume you already kind of answered that?
Do we have to choose one?
Well, I think
will-
like Lily says she's like super stuck between Uncharted and The Last of Us.
Right.
And I feel like you're gonna say Batman Telltale game. I don't know. Something in me just thinks it's that it's that.
No, you know what? Like, that have a huge place in my heart because, like, obviously, huge stuff, but like, no, I think The Last of Us is my favorite.
Okay.
Just like storytelling. I did an article and why I believe it's a decade, and everything I wrote about it, I 100% stand by. I love that game to bits.
Oh, right. Yeah, I read that article.
I did not read that article. I will go read
Yeah,
it. I'm so
I
sorry.
read it.
Me too.
I will tag you.
Thank you. Thank you. Please do.
Yeah, it was great.
If we mention Telltale Batman, I gotta say that if I have to choose something on a storytelling level, that's gonna be the first Walking Dead from Telltale.
Telltale games. Yeah.
Uh,
I haven't played that game, but I've seen a lot of it, and
Wolf Among Us.
I can't
Yeah.
wait to.
Oh, come on,
I
yeah.
really wanted to play that game, and now they're doing a second one. You're like,
I
oh,
think
shit.
Wolf Among Us is probably one of the best
Oh,
Telltale
definitely.
games.
Really?
definitely. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
well, we about it, wasn't
Kay is like
Yeah.
freaking out, like,
Yeah. Oh my god. And the second part is coming, so we are saved, people. We are saved.
so Lily,
Yeah.
I would say it seemed like you were almost going to say Mass Effect would have been like your favorite.
I have a really big love for Mass Effect. Like, that's undeniable. It's so hard to choose because I am always going for storytelling. So if the storytelling is good, I'm in. I'm there.
Same.
And then I don't know. It's so hard to decide because obviously The Last of Us is a masterclass from telling a story properly and heartbreakingly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Oh, I have a
100
quick little
agree.
story I need to tell that I think you will appreciate. A few weeks back, I had told Pagan that for me, one of the big games that I really love is Ori and the Blind Forest.
Okay.
And I was telling Pagan that she should check it out. Fast forward to a week later, she's like, "Fuck you, Dan. You didn't tell me. You didn't warn me." You want to hear something really funny?
Yeah. fuck
I had
you.
another person tell me to fuck you because of that game.
Yeah. Well,
It's
But
so
you can't-
good,
you
though.
hype it up so
It's
much.
so
You hype it up and be like,
Good.
it's so cute, and the artwork is so fantastic, and it's so cute. And then we start playing it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, he's so cute.
Yeah,
then
and it
it's
makes
like,
you cry harder than The
Yeah.
Last of Us. And you're
Yeah,
like,
that.
absolute jerk.
Oh,
Go fuck yourself.
I can't talk highly enough about that game. And the sequel comes out in 6 days.
Bum, bum, bum.
I'm
Speaking of
really
sequels,
excited. Speaking of
or
sequels,
speaking of games launching in 2020,
what games are you guys looking forward to? Kay, again, you can't use The Last of Us 2.
you can't use The Last of Us.
can't
The
use
Last
The
of
Last
Us
of
is
Us.
vetoed.
Oh,
We're
The
damn.
Last of
all
Us is a
looking forward
given.
to The Last of Us.
What?
We all know that. Is there any other game other than The Last of Us that you are
We
looking forward to playing this
assume
year?
you look forward to The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk. I'm really
Alright.
excited.
Really? Yes. Okay.
I have to say, Cyberpunk's got to be up there, like close second for a lot of people.
Definitely.
We've had a lot of people mention
I'm
Cyberpunk.
just really
But
excited
how are
about
we
those.
gonna play it if it comes
Same, Kay.
to
Same.
Was it-
Xbox exclusively, isn't it?
It's not exclusive.
Is it an Xbox exclusive? No,
No,
it's not. I thought it was
Cyberpunk's coming to
on-
both.
Yeah.
It's
Are you
not
sure?
exclusive.
Because-
Yes. Are you talking
Pretty
about
sure.
because of the tweet that CD Projekt Red did?
Oh yeah. How they're gonna
Oh,
give
yeah.
you Xbox Series X version for the
Yep.
same.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're gonna let you upgrade to the version. Yeah.
okay.
No,
But
it's
no.
not. It's not an Xbox exclusive. The only Xbox
I thought it
exclusive they've
was.
announced is
Hellblade.
Hellblade, right?
Yeah.
Tablet. Yeah.
2021,
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Hmm.
Hellblade 2 is the only confirmed Xbox Series X game that we know of. And Halo
Oh,
Infinite.
can't
Halo
wait for that.
Infinite
Okay.
will be Xbox X.
Oh yeah.
Series X. All right. Easy
Sorry.
enough.
So did you say Kay? Say another game?
I said like the Avengers as well, but that's for obvious, like no reasons.
Oh,
Okay,
come
yeah,
on.
fair enough. I'd be excited to see that too, though. I am excited to see how that plays out.
hmm
It's all these
Absolutely.
powerhouses of actors and actresses coming together, and I'm like, oh, can't wait to see that.
The studio,
Lily,
too,
did
that's
you say
making
that you
that
have
game.
one? Is it?
Do you know what
Who's the
studio is making
studio?
it? It's Eidos. The guys who
Eidos?
made Tomb Raider.
Oh, yes. I never actually pronounced it out loud. I've only ever just seen it.
What do you
Yeah.
say, Eidos?
Yeah, I probably would have said Eidos.
Edith,
Wow.
yeah.
That's a news flash. Lily, did you say that you had a game that you were looking forward to?
Well, I'm just gonna be like this.
Okay, right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, since we're on the topic of Avengers,
Yeah, anyways.
Yes, I think like if I cannot say The Last
You
of
could
Us,
have just
then
went
it's
like
gonna
this,
be
Lily. You
Avengers.
could have just been like,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's very true. That's very true. No, I am very excited for multiple reasons. Like obviously, I am a huge Marvel fan. That's one. I am a bit sad that they didn't bring the original actors to do the voices,
Mhm.
but then they announced that Troy Baker is going to be in there and Nolan is going to be in there, and I was like, okay, I don't mind it anymore. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. It's okay.
I'm fine with it. So I actually have like a little paper on my wall that says the dates of the games. Obviously, The Last of Us is not correct anymore. And then I'm just preparing in my heart and hopefully in my purse as well.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't know how I will manage, but I will try. Death Stranding was lucky because it came out before my birthday, so I actually got it from my family. So that's it. That's how it happened.
That's awesome. That is so good.
Yeah. So it's Avengers, definitely.
Just throwing it out there for 2020 games that I'm looking forward to as well, since we've not put in for a while. The Ghost of Tsushima has just announced their release date.
I was literally just going to say that.
Yeah,
as of yesterday.
We're on the same brainwave.
I was just going to say, we might as well put it in there that as for games that we're looking forward to, Ghost of Tsushima finally has a release date. Like,
God, I can't wait to play that game.
Yes.
The game looks so good.
Looks so good, and I love feudal Japan era games. You know what's really funny is literally last week, me and Brandy were watching a documentary that talks about that invasion on Tsushima by the Huns, and we're like, it's the same thing. Oh shit! Like we had no idea.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, nice necklace, Kay.
Woo! I have that necklace.
Me too. I think a lot of free players have.
Probably.
Yeah.
But it is Lily, right? Yeah.
Unfortunately, mine broke, so it's on a silver thing. But this is what I got a Comic-Con.
Oh, sick.
Hey.
Here we go.
Hey, that's
nice.
awesome.
Firefly pendant.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
It was like £5 or something.
Keeping it on trend.
Yep.
Yep, gotcha.
Did you have more to say on Ghost there, Pagan?
No, other than the fact that it looks awesome and I can't wait to play it.
Fucking awesome, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love samurai games. Anywho, the last question that we have for you guys is, what games would you like to see the guys play in a retro replay episode?
Okay.
If you need a minute to think.
Yeah.
I want them to play with something like Detroit. Actually, they could play Detroit, where we could see how they would choose the pets, different pets. Like, would they be assholes? Would they be, the good guys? I would love to see that. Like, if it's not Detroit, like they one of the Telltale games or anything.
I think that would depend on who was playing, whether it was Nolan or Troy, because I feel like Nolan would go asshole route immediately.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like that too.
And then he would give us the Uncle Sale face, like.
Yeah, but I would love to see that. I would love to see that, honestly.
I would also love to see that. I think that you would think Nolan would do that, but I feel like especially where characters' lives are on the line, I feel like he'd be like, "No, I don't want them to die."
Yeah.
Immediately, he'd be like, "No." So I don't know.
Could be.
I feel like there are certain parts, like where you could make a rebellion or something like that. Then he'd be like, "Yeah." But other than that, he'd be like, "No, there's life on the line. I need to make this choice. It's gonna be great."
But also with Detroit, though, you don't really know that until it happens. You're like, "Oh shit, that person dies if I made that choice." Like you don't know it until you get there.
To say, like, he would mess up because he would be in the mood, and then suddenly, no, I didn't know. Wait.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. That might be really good reactions to see on the show, though.
Yeah,
I feel like it's gonna be like fantastic between the both of them. Like, Troy wants to tries to know time on a minute.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Just start doing like real big debates, real in-depth moral complexes. Be like, wait.
They would go off on so many tangents.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, anything you'd like to see them play?
I think because of my cowgirl heart, I think I'd love to see that game.
Yeah.
I think that should be on the horizon, especially Red Dead 1.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be cool. Or like Red Dead Revolver, the original Red Dead. Because that would count as a classic game too, because it's a PS2 game.
Yeah.
So that could fit in.
They had I guess if they had Roger Clark or something, that'd be so cool just to watch him play it as well. And I feel
there has been no one else on the retro replay couch instead of Tom. Like there has been no other guest on Retro Replay's couch on a retro replay episode, not a playthrough episode, other than Tom. And obviously when they got in for the Christmas photo, but that's at the end of an episode or whatever, but he actually featured in an episode. So listen, Tom, shouting you out, buddy. Yeah. But you actually got to sit on a retro replay couch.
Who the fuck was that guy?
Yeah, that was fantastic. I love that running joke.
Yeah.
Aces, Nolan.
And you know what
but
I
there you
just
go.
realized as I was watching the show again? They are literally Wayne's World. I hope everyone knows Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
We talked about Wayne's World last week.
Wayne's World.
I
have to
got
throw
you.
them like Wayne's World, honestly.
They're a local cable access show.
Please do.
Yeah. Guys, if you don't know Wayne's World, you have to watch it right now. It's a
So worth
classic.
it.
Go out there and watch it. Do it. Any other thoughts on classic games that you'd like to see them play?
Oh, horror games, but like Alien
We're always
Isolation,
asking for
I
horror
think.
games, and Nolan always says no.
I know.
Because no
but
one's like
still,
me. We don't do horror games.
Come on, that's so fun. Like
No.
I love the Alien movies, and I loved Alien Isolation.
Oh,
But
that's such a good
it
game.
scares the shit out of me, to be honest. Like not the xenomorph, but
Yeah,
the
Pagan needs to
facehuggers.
play
They
that.
scared the. Yeah, but it's so amazing, like the whole atmosphere and everything in the movies and in the game as well. That I just can't quit.
In that theme, though, I do think that Troy really wants them to play Dead Space.
Yeah, he did mention Dead Space. I was like,
obvious.
yes,
That
play
would
Dead
be
Space.
awesome.
Yeah.
Should
That'd be
totally
really cool.
play Dead
I
Space.
did not be able to. I was not able to play Dead Space. I played like an hour, and I was like, "Nope, I'm out. Thank you so much for your time. Goodbye. I'm just gonna bury this out in the back garden. Like I'm not gonna touch this again. Take care. Bye bye. It goes in the freezer. Bye."
Pagan runs outside and digs a hole and throws Dead Space in there. Lights it on fire. Pours salt on it.
Yeah,
Kill it with fire.
Kill it with fire.
Anywho, moving on. We're going to start talking about some retro replay content. This week we got our first advice from Uncle Noly. Something new.
Uncle Noly knows.
Which, oh man, for that 7 minutes, we were in heaven. Because that was some of the best
7 minutes in heaven.
7 minutes of Uncle Noly heaven. I absolutely loved like the Mr. Rogers type of opening with like the toy train set.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. Loved it.
Oh my god, that was amazing. And we had talked about this on the show when we were talking about we knew we were gonna get an Uncle Noly show eventually, and we had discussed how the flow of it would be, how it would feel, and it was exactly what I expected. You know, it was for the most part he kind of answered some of the questions, and then there was the other ones that were just a full-on joke answer that were just like, yes, thank you, Uncle Noly.
Yeah.
Wonderful job. How did you guys feel about that episode?
I thought it was amazing. Like it's just Nolan. Like,
oh yeah, Nolan in his purest form.
If anyone's like, "Oh, I don't really know a lot about Nolan," I'll just be like, "Let me direct this video right here." Like,
yeah.
So this is pure Nolan extract, pulled directly from the veins.
This is improv at its finest.
Yeah.
At its finer point in retro replay episodes, because I feel like obviously I want to know how many takes they did and how many different answers Nolan gave them. I would love to know. Can you imagine if there was like 3 or 4 different takes and every answer could be like there's a different answer altogether, and eventually Drew would be like, yeah, no, that doesn't work, or oh god, that's inappropriate.
Especially like somebody asking him really serious questions like what's the meaning of life. And I love that. I love that he went with the talk about the movie by Monty Python. Like, yes,
yeah,
perfect answer.
It's good.
A great way to deflect the question without actually answering it and keep it funny.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The episode
sure was.
Lily, what do you think?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't have time to watch it yet.
Okay, well, you know what?
Do yourself
You're
a
gonna
favor.
have such a good time. It's 7 minutes you didn't know you needed.
7 minutes in
perfect.
heaven.
Yeah,
you gotta go and you go tug one out. You tug one out, guys.
Tug one out. I love that. You know what? You know what got me, right? Every time they did it, and the little theme song came on with like the gospel girls, and they're like, Uncle Noly knows. I want to see the behind the scenes of recording that. Please, fucking yes, put that up there. I want to know who did it and why and what was the. Oh, please, yes, that's.
And that immediately reminded me of the bit of where somebody asked him what a condom was, and he had to be like, "Wait, hang on," and he Googles it, and then he says, "Like Uncle Noly doesn't know, or sometimes knows." I forget now what the.
I loved it. I just had to be like, well, at least we both learned something today. That's great. It's just improv. It's just Nolan in his element, really, isn't it?
It really is.
Oh,
I'd love to know what they're all. I would love to see the camera on everybody else, see them all wetting themselves after Nolan
Yeah.
says something.
I'm
You
sure
know what I
Drew
mean?
was
Because
pissing
I'm so
himself.
sure you can't record that with a straight face.
Because we
There's
know
no
that
way.
we know that Nolan's humor is what gets Drew. So I'm sure Drew was pissing himself off camera. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Probably had to step out of the
probably has
room.
to leave. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Be like, I can't. I can't.
Yeah.
damn it,
I
Nolan.
gotta go.
Yeah.
I'd be like
I
that.
feel like it's a reversed Mr. Rogers situation with Nolan. Like with Mr. Rogers, you want to be in the room and listen to it, but with Nolan, you have to leave the room and just laugh outside the room and be like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, I'm excited for you to see it, Lily. It's
Yeah, I
Well,
would definitely
even you were
watch it.
saying like they did that. The intro and outro were like Mr. Rogers. Like that was
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
joke they were playing off of. He's a bad
Yeah,
Mr. Rogers.
Is he singing?
No, there's no singing.
No,
Oh,
but very
I wish
friendly,
he would
fun
do
music.
it.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
you
definitely
should be
friendly
my
music,
neighbor.
and the little
The
little
train
Uncle
set.
Noly knows sing along is so cute.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I will definitely watch it. I just didn't have time, as always.
That's okay. We're all busy people,
It
and when you
happens.
get 7 minutes to yourself, you'll be like, you know what I can do now? I can watch Uncle Noly.
Uncle Noly.
Yep.
Like,
Let Uncle Noly fill that void in your life.
It's getting really
He
weird.
definitely will.
Yes. Boom. All right, let's move on
crazy.
before I make it any weirder.
Okay.
For the regular episode of Retro Replay this week, we had Kid Nicky, Radical Ninja, which I've never heard of before.
No,
Again.
neither.
There.
A very obscure arcade game, but it looked super fun, actually. Like, I think I would have been super into that game as a kid.
Same.
It looks
Same.
super annoying to me.
Probably. I mean, old school games generally like that. You die
Probably.
and you restart, and you die and you restart. Because
I would rage quit it, probably.
the guys came pretty close to it, and they were using cheat codes, so...
Yeah.
So
You know
I'm
what?
gonna
If
go ahead.
we're talking about what they should pay, we should mention that game made me rage quit so many times, and I remember that I finished it. It was the Lion King game, but
They
the
did
really
play Lion
classic
King.
one.
They played
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
haven't
the
watched
real
it
classic
yet.
one on the NES. No, go play it.
No,
Now
Jesse had given it to them.
Oh my god!
Oh, no!
It was
haven't
earlier last year. Yeah, early last year.
Oh my god! I have to watch it.
It was
That
like our
game-
second episode of the podcast or something.
Yeah, I
Oh
think it
my
was
God.
probably, well, I say
Or
early
episode
last year. It was probably actually in
3.
summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, summer
On
last
that-
year, like June
Oh.
or July.
On that note, though, if I remember correctly, they didn't really play the game. Like, that
True
was one
that.
of the first episodes where they kind of didn't play. They just kind of tangented a bunch.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, they're barely playing the game.
Yeah. So it was,
I
touch
did
and go,
miss a
Lily,
few
but yeah.
episodes, so it's
Yeah,
there
it
we go.
happens.
See, I missed
Well-
one that I always wanted to see them play.
fine. 'Cause now you have something to catch up on, and
That's
it's
all right.
always nice to just see a new episode then when you're not expecting it.
There was an episode of the podcast where I was like, I wish they would play Star Fox. And I was like, wait, they already played Star Fox. Ah!
Yeah.
I'm like,
Darn. Oh well.
but I want them to play classic Star Fox, not 64.
Fair
There you
enough.
go.
Anywho, I'm going to give a quick rundown of what this silly game is. In case we didn't get enough definition from Nolan's plot this week, where he...
Ooh.
Oh,
Radical Ninja is an arcade game developed and published by IREM, which I've never heard of either, in 1986. One day in feudal Japan, Kid Nicky, the most radical of ninjas, is training at his ninja school. Suddenly, a passing bird is struck down by an arrow and lands at Nicky's feet. This is so riveting so far. I don't know where you get any of this context.
I'm with you.
Any of this context from the arcade game, I have no idea. Anyways, Princess Margot, which doesn't sound like a ninja name, has been kidnapped by the evil stone wizard with the city of Will Help You. Wow, I messed that up. Anyways, forget that. Let's move on.
Basically, it looks like a super fun game.
It does.
Yay!
I don't know what ninja only spins his sword. Like, yeah. Spin.
Like a nunchuck sword. Little
And
hybrid.
man, that was... I love... Those are like my ideal episodes when they get super sucked into playing a game and it just becomes
Yeah.
like pure nonsense coming out of their faces.
Yeah.
I think I'm one of the few weird replayers who that's my preferred episode right there. Everyone else is like, oh, I want the tangents, I want the bits. I want them playing a game, losing their shit, and getting Nolan like, fuck!
Yeah. There was an unholy amount of cursing.
There was a lot of cursing in that episode.
Yeah. And also, I just think, like, it was just a fun episode. Super fun. Like, it's just good crack.
Super fun. Yep.
Yeah, just good crack beer, trying to get past the level. And, like, when they passed the first bit, like, you felt their frustration and how close they got. And then when they got past it, it was a celebration. You're like, yes! And then they continued.
So happy.
And so good.
And I think they even mentioned it that you should be able to finish it under 20 minutes or a bit over 20 minutes. And I'm like, no, this is rage quitting. Like, no.
And we only saw 40 minutes of the episode. Like, they probably played that game for 2 hours.
Probably.
Especially Nolan.
Nolan, yeah.
What did you think, Kay?
I
was just about to do that.
Sorry.
Go ahead. You're good. Go, Kay.
Sorry, Kay. Go ahead.
We got you.
I agree with what you have to say. Like, I don't like when they go on tangents for so long. It's kind of like, I love you guys and I love your stories, but like, can you play a game? Like,
I want to see you play it. Yeah.
Raging at a game, and I'm like, fun. Like, I want to see something else. But yeah, like, I agree. I enjoyed this episode because it felt more for watching him play a game and not just talking about anything.
Yeah.
It was really good.
It definitely shot up there into like my top maybe 5 or 10 episodes pretty quickly because it felt and had that, like, even Troy mentioned, he's like, this is like level 1, and it brought me back to like Dragon's Lair or
to Spider-Man, the best episode ever.
Yeah.
Come on,
the full
Nolan
range.
I'm waiting for them to play Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation 2 and then Spider-Man for PlayStation 4. Like, make this a thing. This should be a thing.
Just every once in a while, like at least one episode per level, there should be a new Spider-Man game because there's a lot of Spider-Man games. So
exactly.
Should have been the opening of every level.
A new Spider-Man. There you go, Drew. Hot tip, Drew. Every level starts with an episode of Spider-Man.
They are hot tips.
I agree.
You can take that to the bank, Drew. Take that one.
Yeah.
Use that. I'm trying to think of what else. Man, if they played Spider-Man PS1, whoa. Have you played that? Do you know this game?
No, I only played the Spider-Man 2 PS2.
Okay, so let me give you some idea of the difference. So PS2, Spider-Man 2, you had open New York City. You could swing all over the place. It was one of the first great Spider-Man games where you had the open, free swinging. Spider-Man 1 had an open city as well, but there was a fog in the city that if you fell below, you died.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it wasn't free swinging.
Yeah.
And it was awful.
It was awful.
Shit.
Yep.
Yeah, it was
my best memory is PlayStation 2, Spider-Man 2. And like going up to the Empire State Building and jumping off.
Oh yeah, everyone's favorite thing to do.
It was the best thing to do. And obviously, because it's PlayStation 2 have had their 20th anniversary recently, like there's a lot of stuff online about your favorite games and everything, but I would love to see them play that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I just, only because I feel like it would be as fun as an episode like this. I think they would get sucked into the game with Kid Nicky, like they'd get sucked in, and maybe get frustrated. Maybe not in the newer games, I guess, because they're easier to play. But, yeah, really enjoyed this episode. It's just crack.
Oh, it was
frustrated crack with a lot of swearing, and I enjoyed it.
I don't think I've gotten that tense watching an episode of the show probably since maybe early level 2.
Yeah.
Like, especially when Nolan was trying to beat that boss, and I was just like, come on, Nolan! Come on!
Same.
You can do it!
Start yelling at the TV, and you're like, they can't hear me.
Yeah, and like when he had he's fighting the one dude with the yo-yo thing or whatever it was, and like he was down, like you think you only need to hit him one more time, and then he jumps, and then he missed the jump, and he got killed, and we're all like, no! Like, damn it!
we're gunning for him so bad. Like, just win.
I apologize for doing all my high squeaky yells because I'm trying not to just like. Roar.
That's okay. Deadpan
It's
plays.
alright.
It's all right.
That's right.
Own it. Own it.
It was very exciting, and I
Oh
enjoyed.
no,
playing.
something scary.
Oh
Oh,
no,
God.
there's a zombie.
Oh no.
No.
This is
I
me,
don't.
and this is why I'm deadpan. Deadpan.
Deadpan's.
Shamelessly promoting my YouTube, well, my
Yeah.
Twitch stream.
Twitch.
Yes. Anywho,
You.
Anywho.
man.
We're all doing it now.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I can talk
Caught
about another
on.
thing about Spider-Man. I did recently beat the PS4 Spider-Man finally after.
Hey.
Nice.
When you beat the game and you finish like the final battle and you get through the cinematics, and the game like puts you back into the city and says you can keep playing and keep doing things.
Yeah.
It puts you on top of the Empire State Building.
Yes.
And I'm like, I know what I'm doing.
Hey. That was the best bit, honestly. When I finished the game and everything, I was like, "Oh, this is so cool!" And then it loaded, and I was at the top. I was like, "Yes,
Yay.
excellent, excellent."
I'm pretty sure I've done that in every Spider-Man game I've ever played. That was like, where's this Empire State Building? Where is it? Like, I'm going up there. Which, odd enough, I just remembered I was watching something about like other great open world games that most people don't know about. There was another game that came out last generation that had an open world New York City, very similar to a Spider-Man game. That wasn't a Spider-Man game.
Oh,
That game was called Prototype, if you've never heard of it.
I
Oh,
have
yeah,
heard
yeah,
of it. I've never
yeah.
played it.
It's
Is
Me
it
actually
a
neither.
horror game?
it's not a horror game, no.
Or
Yes, you kind of play as the
Right.
monster because your character has these weird like transformation moves
Yeah.
and it turns into like these like weird like demon dark spikes and things, and you're kind of the monster, the guy you
Ah.
play as. He's basically Venom.
Yeah.
oh,
Okay.
okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
I remember
dig it.
another one, and I remember that I was really annoyed because I think it never even got to be showcased as a proper game. It was called I Am Alive, and it played in New York City after an earthquake.
yeah, I have that game.
Oh,
You have that? Did it come out in the end?
It
Because
did.
I only remember that it was delayed so many times that I just stopped following what's
Yeah.
happening.
you lost interest. Like, ugh,
Yeah.
forget
It
it.
was like I remember the trailer that it was so good, and I was like, "Oh my god, yes! I want to play in a game where some kind of
Yeah, that game-
catastrophe."
The
And-
game came out last gen as a straight to download.
yeah.
Oh,
It was an Xbox
Okay.
Live Arcade and PlayStation Network game. I didn't know about it beforehand. I just remember seeing it on the store one day and being like, that looks cool, bye.
Yeah. And was
And
it good?
I enjoyed it. It was a long time ago. Man, that was 2011,
Yeah, yeah,
maybe?
yeah.
It was a while
Yeah.
ago. But I remember liking the game.
Right.
It was fun. I
But
don't remember
it was
much
New
about it.
York, isn't it? Or what was it? I think it was.
I think it was New York, but it also like post-apocalyptic.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
me and Kay are just like,
huh?
No,
Tell us about other
honestly,
open
like,
world
watch
games you
the-
like.
yeah, like.
If you
No
watch
idea,
the
never heard
trailer,
of the
like
game.
it was really, really promising. Really promising.
I'll have to
Hmm.
look it up though. It sounds interesting.
I think I can
I've
still
never
play it on my
played it, though.
Xbox. Because
Can
I
you? Is
believe
it on
it's
Game Pass?
I believe it's a backwards compatible game, and since I bought it on my 360, I can play it on my Xbox One now.
Nice.
I don't
Okay.
know if it's in Game Pass though.
I see. I'll find out. I'm on there so much.
Yeah, because you're on Xbox all the time.
All the time. Just living that Xbox life. What can I say? Straight up thugging, Greg.
Thugging. Greg.
Thugging.
Well, we rolled on through content really quickly, so we can just kind of tangent for a little while.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Well, you know what
Oh.
other content was announced?
Yes.
Firstly,
Oh!
we have Retro Replay merch for
That's
St.
right.
Patty's Day. Right? New Retro Replay merch, and it is like a 3/4 length sleeve, green and gray Retro Replay shirt on the Rooster Teeth store
I really like those
under
kinds
Retro
of shirts.
Replay, and I think it's $34.99. Is that right? $34.95 or something like
It's
that.
something like that. Yeah.
Over
Something
there.
around $35.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think it's
I think.
$25 here. I didn't
No,
see
get the fuck out of here. It's not.
I could be wrong. I
No
wasn't the one
way.
looking at it. Brandy did it, so.
Because if it is, you're gonna order it for me.
But then I have to ship it to
no,
you.
I
and
think
spend.
it is. I think it is. I'll Google it.
You'll figure it out.
Stand by. I'll be right with you.
We'll just wait.
uh,
Everybody just sit here like.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. Oh, that
I'm
didn't
just
do
simply
anything.
hoping that they just gonna bring it with themselves to Comic Con or something. So buy it
Oh
there.
God, I would really like that.
That is dope.
Because I think like, hold on. Oh, here it is. Okay, $34.99. No, sorry, $34.95.
Dollars.
$34.95. So $10 more than the Retro Replay shirt that Lily's wearing right now. Okay. I presume it's a limited edition.
Probably.
I don't know. I don't know. What'd you say, Kay?
If it's like for releasing just for St. Patrick's Day, it will just be 10.
Same.
Unless-
Yeah, I would assume as well.
Like a limited run shirt.
But it is on sale now, and you can order it. I don't know if it's available right now, but is it pre-order only? I don't know. I presume
think it's available
fine.
to order now.
Oh, okay, cool. But there you go. That's all done. But
There's some news in merch.
there's some news. The shipping
another news.
and the shipping and customs costs for UK customers is still not, I'm afraid, dealt with in terms of shipping.
Nope.
Look, I know they can't do anything about customs, but shipping could just like if they could find some sort of UK retailer, that would be great. But like Lily said, hopefully they're going to bring them to some cons if they come.
You never know.
You just never know. What's their merch news? What else is there going to say?
The Last
There's
of
another
Us
news.
television.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the other morning I woke up and like Troy Baker tweeted and like, oh my God, he just dropped like a major bomb and
Where are you
like
going
shared
with
it.
this?
Huh?
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 Oh my God.
Oh my God. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I don't know what this means.
Who?
Yeah. Who? Oh, I don't know. Troy
What?
Bucker. I think it's foreign. I don't know.
Bucker?
Yeah. T. Roy Bucker. I don't know. Some rapper.
T. Roy.
Yo, it's T. Roy Bucker. Oh God. What is
Anyways,
wrong
this
with
is
me?
leading up to what? Because I'm hanging on the edge of my seat.
Leading up to, we are so psyched to be teaming up with HBO to create the new Last of Us series with Neil Druckman and Craig Mazin. Mazin. There you go. Who was the writer and producer of Chernobyl, which was on HBO. So this is fucking real, and it's coming, and we're getting a Last of Us series, and I lost my damn mind.
Which I never thought of before, but now realize that's the best way to get The Last of Us in any other medium.
Yeah.
Like, we talked about a Last of Us
Agree.
movie, and it was all like, how would that work? How would they deliver that story in 2-ish hours? And it's like, we don't know how. But if it's a series,
all right.
oh my God. Could you imagine where they can go with a series?
Oh God, yeah.
Like, we could get entire episodes just about side characters.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm super pumped about this.
Wait, but that can be dangerous as well. So.
Oh, Pagan, I'm sorry.
Well, no, I'm super excited about this, but I still stand by what I said before in previous podcasts that I would prefer a Last of Us story that has Joel and Ellie. If it was a Joel and Tess story, maybe the 20 years that we didn't see, or Henry and Sam's story,
That's
or
what I was thinking.
Marlene's story, I would fucking love a Last of Us series about Marlene and this whole rise of the Fireflies and what's going on and how she's risen through them. And then at the end meeting Ellie, or at the end, you know what I mean? Like
or even like
culminating
Ellie's
it all
mom.
together. Ellie's mom, just anything. Like, I would really love to know more about that world.
They could go anywhere with it.
I already tweeted out, like, guys, I'm available. I'm excellent at dying.
Yeah.
I am a professional dyer. If you
want to slap
questions.
some mushrooms on my face? Come on down.
Yeah.
It's completely fine. I do think that I could play Tess really well, but just saying.
Yeah, like, hey, Neil Druckman, if you need an extra that will not fuck up your shot, Hit me up.
Can we start
I
blowing
will
up
be
like Neil Druckmann with Twitter posts saying like replayers for Last of Us roles?
Yeah.
Like
Please do.
Obviously,
Please do.
prioritize us for God's sake.
make us all the
Yes.
clickers and
Yeah,
runners.
yeah. We are happy to
promise
do
to
it.
not have a phone on set. I promise to not fuck up your shot. I promise to not talk to anybody else. That maybe Troy Baker. If he is also there in the other shot that is not being fucked up. I'm so sorry.
If you need someone to take
You know
a
what I
gun
mean?
butt to the face, give me a
Yeah.
ring.
We're all done. That's it.
Yeah,
That's the
basically.
plan.
Just hire us for
Yeah. just for one scene, like, come on. Just one
That'd be
scene.
amazing. Can you imagine?
Oh man, like
Oh my
like
God,
one
just-
scene just full of replayers as clickers and runners.
Just all
and
the
stuff.
replayers dead in some sort
Oh,
of
God.
massacre that happened. Can you imagine? Oh my God, we'd all lose our minds. I feel like it's so weird because we're all talking about a replayer community, like almost as if like we're the only ones here, and like not realizing that like the Last of Us community is way bigger than
Way
we are.
bigger, yeah.
Like we're just
Yeah.
fans of this episode show that happens to have the actors that are in this show. Whereas
Yeah.
people are fans of the games and the dev mods and
That's
have
also why they
collector's editions
push
to their knees.
5,000 and 6,000 views on the Last of Us playthroughs.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah. And you see everybody come in from everywhere. Not even just our community, like from the Deviant community, from Jacksepticeye community, like they're all coming
Yeah.
in to watch us because they're also fans of the game. So yeah, that's
But-
cool.
but-
But we could all do
but
like some sort
listen-
of mass murder scene and we're all dead there
There
somewhere.
you go. And this is our idea. This is the replayer idea.
We
so
will work
Yeah.
for
sorry.
cupcakes. We don't even need payment.
No.
I mean, I will just need
Oh.
it for my SAG registration if that's cool. But I just we will work for cupcakes. Okay, we're like Phil.
Work for cupcakes.
Pays
you
down.
can shove
down,
me in
right?
the face. You can do anything you want with us. It's fine. Please hire us.
Yeah, basically.
On a similar note, I was to say even IGN reported the small bit of dialogue between Neil Druckmann and Nolan North about Uncharted 5 as like, is this a hint at Uncharted 5? Like, they were
It
just
would
kind of
be so
shooting the
awesome.
shit on set.
They
And
were, but can you imagine?
Maybe,
Oh my
we don't
God.
know.
Can you
Maybe.
imagine though?
Maybe.
It's I mean, okay. Here's how that conversation should probably go at the studio.
Okay.
Hey, you
Lay
like
it down
money?
for us, Pagan.
Yes, I do like money. You know how we're gonna do that? Oh yeah? How do you think it Uncharted 5. Stick, bro, let's do it. Like that's
And don't
what, you don't like money, Naughty Dog? Like, come on. like, hey, you like money? Yes.
You know why
how
I
are we
did
gonna do
this?
that?
For
Uncharted
money.
5 and The Last of Us 2, potentially Last of Us 3. Fuck it. Yeah, I could do it more some money. Come on in.
I'm absolutely gonna have to like edit in a shot of like Mr. Krabs. Like, why'd you do this? Money.
money.
Why are you opening another Krusty Krab? Money.
Money.
basically.
Why are you making another? I'm gonna have to make it like a meme. Like, why are you making another Uncharted? Money.
Money.
I
Of
like
course.
money.
People
Standard.
would jump on Uncharted 5. Like, who are we kidding?
Oh yeah.
I mean, we all hopped on Lost Legacy.
And I loved
game-
it.
I mean, they brought back Lara Croft. Come on, they can keep recycling. Yeah.
Yeah, you
There you
got
go.
it.
Nathan
Amen to
Drake.
I
that.
mean, 5 is a nice and round number, you know? 5 is a good.
5
I
isn't
know it's not an
round at
even
all,
number.
but okay.
No, but it's not an even number, but it's a nice set number.
It is. It is.
You know,
we like that number. Yeah.
Or like 3 would have been perfect. And then we had a 4th one, so now I feel like you gotta fill it with a 5th, you know? You just gotta just gotta branch that gap.
Just a little bit.
Just a
See,
little.
Lily knows. Hey, Kay understands, right? You get me?
We got you.
I'm pointing at people that are probably not like that on your system. Dan.
I did it
I'm pointing
last
to, like,
week on
the
your.
roof.
I did it last week on your recording too, so I'm pointing in like opposite directions of where people are.
Yeah.
There you go.
How it is here, folks. We don't ever get to see.
It's all good.
All good.
Be like, yeah, so Pagan over there. I'm currently not pointing at Pagan right now.
No, you
Just
weren't
in
pointing
case
at
you
me
see
anyway on
me
my
pointing
screen
at-
either,
No.
so it's all good.
No.
Not for us.
Some hot news, folks. Some hot news.
Kay,
Mm.
do you have anything on the Last of Us television show you'd like to see?
Like, when I first heard about the news, I was really mixed on it, because I was like, game is just beautiful.
I know. Oh, she's
frozen.
Oh no.
But yeah,
It's
game is
backlog. It's
just
okay.
incredible. It's beautiful, and don't freeze. But yeah, the game is stunning, and I don't want anything to kind of touch it, like ruin it. But then again, the series, if it was like based on something not Ellie and Joel, it would be so good. And like again with the if they're casting, got the wrong people. If they're doing Ellie and Joel, I'll just be pissed off. Like I'll switch off before it starts. Like I was like, no, won't happen.
I
Oh.
think you're so right.
I was gonna say to steal Pagan's catchphrase 100%.
100% for sure. Stealing Dan's catchphrase.
For sure.
I love Kay's like visual representation, like 100%. I actually totally agree with what you just said, Kay. I think like people are so precious about Ellie and Joel that I really couldn't imagine anybody else playing those characters.
Yeah.
I think we would get really precious about them, kind of the same way the whole Uncharted community got really precious about that casting. So I feel like it's eggshells. It's walking on eggshells because how are you going to appease millions of fans around the world who are in love with this story that is already perfect? We don't need a Last of Us film. In general, we don't. But a Last of Us series based on other characters in the same world, like that could be gold. You could do anything with anybody, create brand new characters and have such a great time. You could introduce maybe Joel and Ellie sometime during it in a way, somehow. But as long as we're not super engaged with them, I feel like we would have less we'd be less sensitive about the stuff that's going to go in the series.
I think that
isn't this the case with everything when it comes to turning a video game into a movie? Like, isn't this the case every time?
In recent times, yes, but if you look back over the years, there's a long string of video game based movies that were just trash. I was just gonna say, we better hope that Uwe Boll or Paul W.S. Anderson have nothing to do with this, because they like to take things and just do whatever the fuck they want. Like, I was just watching like the Resident Evil movies, which I'm a fan of those movies, but they're garbage and they do not represent the games at all. And it's kind of like Paul W.S. Anderson, like, what the fuck, man? Yeah, like, you made Event Horizon, and Event Horizon is like a, chef's kiss of a horror movie.
Yeah.
But then you made Resident Evil, and you took these elements and said, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want with it. And then the first Resident Evil was good because it had little to do with the game, or it had little to do with the game. Then he tried sprinkling in bits of things from the game. And that ruined it. Like, if you're going to have the elements of the games, you have to go 100% with it. Not sprinkle it in. Like,
100%.
Yeah, 100%. All the way.
Okay, but in that same vein, Dan, at least Neil Druckman is involved.
Yes, that's very.
You know
important.
what I mean? Like, that is the strongest part of the HBO series. Like, that is that's your goals, because Neil knows the story in and out, thick and thin, knows it backwards. So he knows the world and the lore. So I feel like that's almost certifiable that series is going to be amazing for anybody who loves it. But I would just be interested to see something new.
Yeah, but I think that's where the problem can come in as well. Like, he's involved, which can be a good thing, but people forget that there were a lot of times when original authors and writers were involved with something, and then it went really, really bad. Because obviously Neil is all set up for the video game world, which is a lot different from a TV series. And he already tweeted out that, are you ready to see Joel and Ellie come to your TV screen? And I think that was a big giveaway as well. Like, so it's going to be Joel and Ellie, but then how are you going to cast it? Are you going to be true to their faces, or are you going to be true to their voices? Because if you are true to the faces, Ellie has to be Ellen Page. That's like, there's no question about it. But then who are you going to cast as Joel? Are you going to do Hugh Jackman? How are you going to, there are so many things that could go wrong with it.
I actually think, like, when they made Logan, and
I was say Hugh Jackman and Logan kind of looks like Joel.
Definitely. It was heavily influenced by The Last of Us. You can't watch that film and not think about The Last of Us.
Exactly.
And I think he would be so good. And I think it would have been right. And that's why that whole film had that great theme and it was really spot on. With Ellie, though, in terms of what you're saying with Ellen Page, I would agree with you. 7 years ago when the game came out, I feel like Ellen Page is actually too old now to play this game, to play this role.
Oh, definitely. Now she's not there. Yeah.
Someone had posted somewhere, though, of like a picture of an actress, and I know who she is, but I just can't place her where I knew her from. And I thought, okay, that's legit casting. That's a really good casting. But with the rise... Sorry?
I know what you mean about the actress.
It's the girl from Booksmart. One of the main characters from the movie Booksmart. I don't remember her name.
She's in something else, and I was like, okay, that actually sounds good. But I think with the rise of like child actors, from things like Stranger Things, like this could go really well. Like the casting for Ellie could go really well. Millie Brown.
Yes.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown. Yeah.
But she's not the only one. The rest of them as well. Like it seems to be such a big thing now where these kids are popping up out of nowhere and they're incredible. So I think
incredible. Yeah.
I think for myself, I'm probably a little less precious over Ellie because I can feel like there's probably several really brilliant child stars or teenage stars that could play that role. Whereas Joel, I think, is much harder to cast.
It is, yeah. But but that's where the question that Kay asked as well, like, are you going to stay true to the fans of the video game and cast Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson as the main characters, and then you are not true to the look of the video game, or are you going to go into a different direction and cast someone else to play them? Like, it's such a hard decision, and in a TV series, you have much more time to actually do the story and do a great story in there than in a movie, like what they do with Uncharted now. But still, like, there can be so many missteps. And I just feel like that as for now, we do not have a good video game movie or TV show.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have it yet. And that's why when I heard the news, I was like, I want this. I want this. But do I? Are you gonna like when they announced there was an announcement as well? Then they're gonna make a Mass Effect movie, and I was
beg
like,
to differ.
Movie?
The Sonic movie was legit.
I haven't watched that yet. I haven't watched that yet. So
to be fair, we'll exclude Sonic from the conversation because a lot of us haven't seen it yet. So there you go. Yeah. That could be it. That could be our missing piece, Dan.
Yes.
We have talked about video game based movies on the podcast before, and I threw out Silent Hill. I felt was a fairly decent video game adaptation.
Pagan doesn't do horror, so I'm out.
I know.
If we're looking at it as a good video game adaptation to movie, then yes. As a movie,
As a fan of the video game watching the movie, I enjoyed the movie as what it did and how it acknowledged the video game in certain ways and still told a standalone story. Like, I appreciated that movie.
I agree, but I think as a movie as itself, it wasn't a good thing. Like, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, somebody who watches it not knowing it's a video game.
As a standalone, yeah.
Right. And I've talked to people who've watched that movie and it's like, oh, I really enjoyed it. And then they didn't know that it was based on a video game.
And it can happen, but I feel like that...
It's uncommon, though. And
yeah. I would say that there are good-ish video game-based movies, but there isn't an excellent one.
Right.
Like, one that really, really stands out that, oh my God, they did it.
We have Paul W.S. Anderson and Uwe Boll to thank for that because they made a bunch of trash video games, movies.
Yeah.
They lowered the bar.
Our guy's getting slated today.
I
hope this
much
Paul
angst.
W.S. Anderson doesn't listen to this podcast.
Yeah, because Uwe Boll is going to come at me. Like, he knows he makes bad movies. He knows.
He knows. It's his thing, maybe. I don't know.
I think
maybe,
so.
No, I don't know. It's always a hard question. Like, obviously, I for example, I love Tom Holland, and I think he's a great actor, and I actually had the chance to meet with him as well, and he's a great guy in person. But still, like, you had an obvious choice with Nathan. Like, Nathan Fillion was the perfect casting for Nathan Drake, and they did that short movie with him, and I'm like, did you not see that? That was perfection. Like, what are you doing with Tom Holland? I love Tom Holland, don't get me wrong, and I do think that he's gonna do good with the whole Uncharted movie. But like, what are you doing? What are you doing, people?
I'll be happy when they show Tom Holland climbing like a gibbon.
But, yeah, so some level, I am excited to see Tom Holland as Nathan Drake. I do appreciate him as an actor, but then you had the obvious choice of Nathan Fillion. Just skipped it, like, and then now the news that Mark Wahlberg will be Sully, and I'm like,
yeah.
In the context of it's supposed to be like a young Nate, it's like, okay, but that's not really the story we want. You know, that's not what we as fans want to see.
Yeah.
I did say,
then don't do Nathan Drake. Do an Uncharted movie that is someone else. I don't know.
if anyone can climb like a gibbon, I think it's Tom Holland, though.
Yeah,
Definitely. I
that.
think so. I think the reason that they are going to go with a young Drake is because we haven't seen much of it. We saw, we saw a little bit of that in Uncharted 4, I guess. We didn't really explore that world, which I think is why. And I think there was also in
3.
Uncharted 3.
Yeah.
I think because we only saw bits of it, and the main stories are amazing. So I think maybe that's what they want to try and do, because if they were trying to recreate any of the other films or any of the other games, people would be super harsh on them about the film.
Yeah.
People are already super harsh on them about this fucking film. 6 directors gone. Tom Holland is a great casting choice as young Drake. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Absolutely that. I thought that was a great idea. Yeah. Mark Wahlberg as the young Sully. When that was announced, I was like, cool. No. God. Oh,
hey,
Jesus.
Mark Wahlberg is old now.
Huh?
Is he though? Is he really that age where he can play a younger Sully? Like,
I mean,
even when we look...
kinda. I just don't know how it will fit with the same kind of.
Can you imagine him with the mustache that Sully has?
Maybe
honestly,
he'll surprise us. I mean, no one expected Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, and he pulled it off.
No one expected Ben Affleck as Batman, and he pulled it off. So I feel like, hey, just give him a chance. Nobody expected Daniel Craig as fucking James Bond, and people were like, eh. But like, give him a chance. They might surprise you. Who knows? Mark might actually pull through.
Yeah, you never know.
He's always been a good actor. I always.
Yeah. No. He's like, I don't have a problem with him as an actor. Like, don't get me wrong, but I just simply can't see him as Sully.
Yeah.
There are better choices for it. Yeah. And then if you remember when we first meet the young Sully in Uncharted 2, I think, or was it 3?
3. It was the beginning of 3.
Yeah, that's right.
He isn't that young. Like,
I would say he's probably in his late 30s, early 40s, most likely.
40s.
I would have said early 40s or even late 40s.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I once again, like, I really like that short movie that they did, the
Nathan Fillion one.
Yeah.
That was great, and I think Nathan Fillion is a really good.
The best Drake, to be honest. Like, not just the looks, but then he proved it there.
The wit, the attitude.
Yeah.
I think they just simply don't trust his name, if that makes sense. Like, they definitely want someone with the name to pull
probably
others in, not just the ones that are actually fans of the video game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna be Tom Holland. Like,
anywho, do you think it's I think it's a good time we start wrapping things up?
Yeah.
And move on. We've tangented enough about movies.
We have.
Sorry, I'm a movie girl, so I'm a bit, when it comes
no problem.
Really?
No problem at all.
No, I had no idea.
No way.
Oh.
What a surprise.
All right, let me throw it to Kay first. This is your chance to talk about yourself, promote anything, share anything. If there's any websites or links that you talk about, we can always post them in the show notes after the fact. So have at it.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm KK, as most of you may know me from my Twitter, thereplayerpodcast, and I'm a writer. I write for an online site called Fuzz, where I have something really, really big happening if MCM Birmingham 100% happens. If 100% happens, that's massive, and I don't think I'm allowed to share it yet, but if it happens, this is like the biggest thing in my writing career. I'm not even joking. It's to do with Red Dead, and I'm so excited.
Yay!
I just want to see my stuff all like that.
Thank you.
And yeah, I started live streaming Last of Us on Twitch account. It's KK11XX. And yeah, I hope you all enjoy.
Awesome. Kay, what was that website again that you're writing for?
Fuzzable.
Fuzzable. Gotcha. Awesome.
FUZZE.
Cool. Anything
And
else?
before I go, I just want to say that I love you all and you are all enough.
Yes! Yes, what a beauty of a tattoo. Well done.
Fantastic.
Gorgeous.
Lily.
Gorgeous.
What would you like to share?
Oh, I have so many things, but first and foremost, replayers, if you are listening, and I'm sure you do, we are going to meet at MCM Birmingham, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Not me.
We are going to meet at MCM London, where I, thank God, have the table. And I already booked down LFCC July, which is going to be a big one with a lot of big names coming around. So if you are in London, if you are in Birmingham, just please look for me at the Comic Cons. And then you can find all the new good old artworks that I do. And you know, just follow my Twitter like you do. It's the Art of Lily K, and the same goes for basically everything. I use the same name everywhere, so it's not really hard to find me. And then I upload, you know, the new artworks everywhere I can. But please, when it comes to Troy and Nolan's gift, I'm gonna upload it to Twitter, but just don't tag them or you know, share it with them in any way just yet, because it's going to be a gift, going to be a surprise, hopefully. And then the last thing is, just once again, Neil, I am happy to die. please
Yes,
if you're
Neil.
listening.
We're all happy to die for you.
Got it. Message
or
for
Troy,
Neil
if you're
Druckman.
listening, please we are here to die. Also, if you want to give me Tess's role, that's fine. I can take that.
That's also okay. I will
That's
also
also
accept
okay.
it. I'll clear my schedule.
I think I'm going to name this
Why not?
episode Neil Druckman Hire Us, or Hire
Yeah, something
Cast
like
us.
And that's it.
Basically.
And I love you all, and you are all wonderful. And a huge shout out to Kate and Greg for helping me staying in the community
Awesome.
after the hard situation that was
Yes.
going on. And then just thanks for all the support all together from Troy, Nolan, and everyone, and from you
That's what we
guys. And
do.
it's amazing to be
Mhm.
part of this community. I'm just a little bit sad that I didn't join sooner, but I am here now.
But you're here now, and you're here to stay.
That's what's
I am.
important.
Yeah, and shout out to Greg and Keith for doing that for Lily. That was awesome. If anybody had missed that, Greg and Keith had sponsored Lily for a year to stay a member of Retro Replay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Woo.
Props to the guys. Props to the guys.
Oh,
All right, well, you
anyways,
can find me. Am I on your left
you are
or
on.
right?
You're up.
Pagan
Oh,
is
it's-
there.
Can I look this way and I see you?
Yep.
Hey.
Yes.
God, we're.
Yeah.
You can find me at Pagan_plays on Instagram, and on Twitter it's at AppleEyes2, but you can just search Pagan Plays and you will see this face right here. I'm on Instagram, on Twitch, at Pagan_plays. I'm Twitch streaming every Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesdays is God of War at the moment. Thursdays is Witcher 3. You can see me on live chats at Pagan Plays on YouTube.
Woo.
So, you know, pop in, say hi. Come on down to
All the
the
peoples.
Twitch streams, and we shall hang and say good things and laugh at sexually inappropriate jokes.
There'll be all the laughs.
Yes.
Nice.
Where can we find you, Dan?
Of course. Yay. My turn to talk about things.
Yay.
Yes, I am Stark Evil Vash on most platforms. You can find me and Brandy streaming generally on Wednesdays and Saturday or Sunday, depending on timing when things work out. Wednesdays, we've been doing a little bit more of whatever we're feeling like. This past week, we did stream Dreams, and we had a huge laugh and fun with that. Just playing random goofy games, especially this one cooking game where you cook left-handed. You can check that out on my Twitch stream. There are many clips of us laughing hysterically. And then now on the weekends, I did start making Brandy play Resident Evil, and I am now calling this Zombies and Coffee.
Yeah,
with Dan and
really?
Brandy.
After the thing that you did on the Twitch? Oh, that's
After my
awesome.
little joke, the improv joke I did, where I was like, Zombies and Coffee.
Yeah, that is class. Well done. That was really good. I clipped that for you. You're welcome.
You did.
You're welcome.
Thank you. This is now part of our Deadpan Gaming, as we like to call ourselves. And with that, we have hit our 50 followers. I think I'm actually at 54 now, which is starting our quest for 100. Quest for 100 means we are doing a giveaway. When we get to 100 followers, we're going to give away a digital code of a deluxe edition of Star Wars Fallen Order for Xbox One.
Nice.
Nice.
So
everyone
cool.
who follows the channel is automatically entered to win, and everyone who comes and chats with us during our streams gets an extra entry per stream.
Yay, that's awesome.
Nice.
Yes. So come, say hi, give us a poke, and we'll add you to win a copy of the free game. If for whatever reason you can't use or don't want an Xbox copy of a game, we'll work something out for you.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Okay. I think I'm done.
All right.
Hey. Welcome to my Dan Talk.
Bye.
All right, and so with that, we'll wrap things up. We have shared all of our socials. So now I just have to thank Drew, Nolan, Troy, PJ, and Tom. Yeah, let's give Tom a
Yeah,
little shout
fucking
out.
Tom.
Yeah.
Thank Tom for
Who the
pouring the
fuck
Guinness.
is that
man.
guy?
Thank Tom for keeping the Guinness full, because damn, those boys need their Guinness.
I like
Without you guys,
Yeah.
the Replayer Podcast would not exist. You can leave us a voicemail message if you like. No one does. It doesn't matter. I'm still gonna ask for it.
You'd be like, no one does. You don't have to do it.
It's
fine.
in the link in the notes on the show, on the audio version. We want to play your messages. I'm sorry, I keep asking you. We want messages to play on the show for fun. Anyways, please, if you've enjoyed the show, we'd like to hear more from you guys. Go ahead and like, subscribe, rate, review, comments on YouTube, comments on iTunes, whichever. If you have any suggestions, you can write us at the replayerpodcast@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook. You can message us on Facebook. If you want to be on the Replayer Podcast, you can message us on there. We are open to any and all replayers who would like to be on the show. You just got to ask.
Yeah, likewise on the Twitter, if you want to message me or Dan separately, DM,
Yes.
pop us a DM, and we're more than happy to consider you for a slot on the show. We have quite a lot of replayers interested and lined up already, so it's looking to be really exciting. So if you have something to say and you'd like to come on the show, come on down and hang out.
Especially if you want to promote yourself, because that's what we're here for.
Mhm. Yes, that's exactly it.
Our show is uploaded every Wednesday if I can edit it in time. So look forward to us on
Yay.
Wednesdays.
Your powerful editing skills. Mhm.
Yay. I'm getting good. And with that, thank you, Kay. Thank you, Lily, for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yay.
All
right. And with that, game over, folks.
Yay! Good night, everybody.
Dum, 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 dum.
Bye.